Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Maggie Newland.
And I'm Nick Sturdivant, and what a finale for the regular season as the Blue Devils travel to Chapel Hill for the second round of the Battle of the Blues. And right now, thousands are already flocking to Franklin Street. That's where we find CBS 17's Ben Boken live. And Ben, to say it's packed out there is probably an understatement. CBS 17 is your local election headquarters. Republican Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson is in Dallas, Texas tonight. He's among a number of rising stars in the GOP, speaking to the Conservative Political Action Conference this weekend. Today, Robinson addressed some of the rumors about his political future and a possible run for the governor's office in 2024. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for CBS 17 News at 4. I'm Nick Sturdivant.
I'm Angela Taylor, and happy Friday.
It's Friday.
We made
gotta let it out. It's Friday.
Layers necessary today. When you woke up this morning, it was below freezing outside.
Rocky Mount police are investigating an accidental shooting that hurt a 4-year-old girl. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Maggie Newland.
And I'm Nick Sturdivant. Officers tell us the child was at a home on Humphrey Drive around midnight. Her mother took her to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the foot. Police believe the incident involved a family member. No word on whether charges will be filed. And we have got so much going on in the Triangle this weekend, with families flying in from across the country to celebrate Mother's Day. And of course, how could you forget college graduations?
So much going on, and things look so different this year compared to 2 years ago. That's when the pandemic was just starting. As CBS 17's Darren Todd reports, the influx of people is a big win for local businesses. The State Highway Patrol identifies the man and woman killed in a crash involving a Harnett County Sheriff's deputy. State
troopers tell us the deputy was involved in a crash Friday afternoon when his patrol car collided with a pickup truck at the intersection of Highway 210 and Ray Road.
The 65-year-old driver of the pickup, identified as Brian Finch, and his passenger today.
All right, coming to the rescue is a part of the job description for firefighters, but Benton first responders have to admit the crisis they dealt with today was a bit unusual.
It was. Now, that's because they were called to the parking lot of the fast food restaurant this morning. All right, now here's some perspective on just how intense the line was this morning. We actually spotted one of our producers in line. She got there at about 6 o'clock in the morning, but she didn't get inside until after 10:15.
And at that point, she was told nearly 1,000 people had already gone inside. That's what you call dedication to the craft. Anybody out there with a size 10 and a half, 11 Jordans, holla at me.
You're taking the easy way.
Right. Well, coming up tonight at 11, I'll take you into the world of sneakerhead culture. You'll see why this is a lifestyle that goes beyond being a hobby. Again, that's tonight on CBS 17 at 11. Some encouraging news this evening surrounding the future of the Will Skating Center. The 40-year-old park closed in 2020 and at one point was used as a COVID vaccination clinic. The city is working to hire a firm to renovate the facility and bring everything up to code to reopen. Crews are scheduled to begin 5 months of construction this fall and estimate reopening the skating rink by next spring.
What are neighbors who live in that area telling you about what happened?
Well, Angela, some neighbors told me that the victim is a teenager. Now, it's certainly been a long day for officers who have been here going on 11 hours at this point. Yeah, Angela and Rod, just to give you an idea where we are standing in front of the emergency department. Now, the scene is mostly clear. About 10 or 15 minutes ago, police taking down that yellow crime scene tape. Now, when we got here about 4:30, the entire parking lot was taped off. I spotted Raleigh police officers, Wake County deputies here on scene. And again, we're working to get an idea what exactly happened. Police tell us that this is a death investigation. Now, we did notice a black car in the parking lot with the bullet hole, appears to be a bullet hole in the passenger side window. That car was towed away about 10 minutes ago, and we did learn from Wake County Sheriff's Office moments ago that the investigation is connected with another incident. Again, Rod, Angela, we're working to get information.
All right, Nick, thank you. And we'll check back in with you in just a little bit.
Now, this police activity is causing some traffic trouble right now.
A couple from Charlotte is among the thousands of folks who are headed to Raleigh this weekend for Dreamville.
Yeah, not long after we shared the story of their generosity, they received a huge surprise. As CBS 17's Nick Sturdivant found out, they're going to the two-day festival free of charge.
Listen, I'm probably going to cry when I get there because I did not think this was going to happen. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it.
Luckily, it'll be tears of joy for Janique Miller. Janique and her husband Derek are in Raleigh for the Dreamville Festival.
I'm hoping to maybe spot Drake or spot Usher somewhere in the crowd.
Maybe they'll walk by us.
We first met Derek and Jonique around this time last year. The plan to go to the two-day festival. Unfortunately, that was put on hold. Jonique's grandmother passed away. The couple rearranged their plans to go to Louisiana for the funeral the same weekend.
But we knew I had to give those tickets away because I'm just like, I want to bless someone so they don't feel how I feel, which was defeated.
After sharing their story on social media, they eventually blessed a young college student from Raleigh with the tickets. And hours after I tweeted the story, Dreamville's president and co-founder Ibrahim Hamad saw it, tweeting, quote, "This is beautiful," pledging to make sure Derek and Jonique get to attend Dreamville Festival for free.
And then he emailed us back. I said, yes!
Yeah, I had to keep my composure at work, but as soon as I got home,
He got
super
home.
excited and let her know how I feel.
A much-needed break after a rough year.
I herniated 3 discs in my back, 2 in my neck, and I broke my pelvis bone. We had a business together. We lost that because of the whole injury thing.
Despite the setback, they are grateful for this opportunity.
Well, I didn't give those passes away in hopes of getting new passes. So it's a big deal. So if they do see this, thank you so much.
That is so wonderful.
Sure is.
That was Nick Sturdivant reporting. She says this will be her first ever concert or festival. I'm excited to hear.
Yeah.
I want to talk to her after to see what she thought about it. All right, you can still pick up festival exclusives at the Dreamville pop-up shop. Tomorrow's the last day to pick up merchandise early on Southwest Street in Raleigh. You can find everything from t-shirts to sweaters to jackets, hats, sneakers. Apparently, they also have Crocs, which I want to see what those look like. So if you get them, send me a picture.
I know, right? By the way, if you're driving in Raleigh and you're not going to Dreamville, you probably want to avoid some areas. So anything in the red there, immediately around Dorothea Dix Park, is closed tomorrow night through Monday. Avoid Western Boulevard, Centennial Parkway, Lake Wheeler Road near the park. Stay away from congestion till Monday. Just don't go on that side of town. That's probably the best bet.
Call to action to stop gun violence, this time from the perspective of Durham students.
Hillside High School is preparing to put on a play that is going to tackle that very issue. CBS 17's Nick Sturdivant is live outside of Hillside tonight for us. And Nick, although this play has been in the works before this recent shooting, it really now takes on a whole new sense of urgency.
Well, Rod and Angela, students here at Hillside High School, describing this week to me as tough, but they told me it is important to get their message out to the community.
Rehearsals are underway here at Hillside High School in Durham.
I would say I'm a little nervous for sure. I just want to make sure it's right.
As students prepare for opening night for the show State of Urgency.
State of Urgency is a call to action to stop gun violence, and the students are addressing a lot of social justice issues. It's a balance between what we realize is beautiful and good and what we realize needs to change.
Tiffany Agerson, the school's theater director, says students have been preparing for weeks.
Knowing that this message needs to be told to our community makes it a lot easier for us to portray.
The message hitting close to home this week. 2 Hillside High students were shot on the American Tobacco Trail near campus. One of the students, a 17-year-old, died. The other, a 15-year-old, injured.
After that incident, a question that's been going through my head this whole week is, if our play was maybe a week sooner, would the events have played out differently?
It really hits home for me and so many others. I lost my brother in 2019 to gun violence here in the city of Durham. And because of that, we weren't able to honor him in a way that says, we remember you and we love you. But the students giving us an opportunity to do that, giving every family an opportunity to be seen, has been major.
They hope the play can both heal and educate.
Even though that happened, we are overcoming it by performing and, putting it all on the stage.
You guys, we got a chance to sit through a run-through of the play, and all I can say is that play is powerful. Now, the first performances open to the public begin next Friday, starting at 7:15 p.m.